What I'm doing now is basically called the repository cleaning or clearance. For example, if you create Git repositories or GitHub repositories, and at some point you decide like, oh, you know what, I don't want to have these repositories no more, or I want to create repositories for a new team or for a new project. So this is exactly the reason why I am doing this, so that you know how to do and undo Git repository. So, not to waste much time, let us go straight to the work that is lying before us. So remember, before we had all these repositories, and now we are sitting right inside Git tutorial. So this Git tutorial, we are going to undo this Git tutorial back to the normal folder. So let us check first if Git is there, and then Git status. Yes, there's a file there. And then when we go to cd, let's go to that some Git as well, some Git code, and that one is also some Git status. Yeah, this branch is the main branch, and then from here we can also run, let's see if we have done any commit before. So git log, my friend, you can see we have done a commit before on this one as well, and we want to check to make sure that Git tutorial also had some commit. So git log, yeah, we did a lot of commit as well. So as I said before, like we are assuming like we have been working on these folders, and now we want to clear them. We don't want them to be Git anymore. So let's start from the local folder, which is Git tutorial, to clear it completely. And also, but before that, let us check the configuration. So you do that by saying git config. So these from here going down, as I said before, is called the local scope, and then from here going up, the global scope, and then from there up, let's expose the system scope by saying to go inside the global configuration mode, so that you see what is happening in the configuration of the system. This is the command you use, my friend. I just want you to see as I continue, so that you know exactly what I'm doing. At first, we have done git config -- list. That one just lists the local and the global global configuration settings of the Git scope. Now we want to see the system setting as well, which means we want to see the settings and the file and the root directory where Git is sitting on our system. So we do that by saying we want to see the fly overview of all the system configuration setting. So git config -- list space -- show -origin. Yes, my friend, that's where I wanted to get. I wanted to see the file at the level of the local scope, and then that one there is our global scope. And then when you go up, my friend, you see our system scope there. So this is the scope of operation. So everything which is done here is replicated in the system scope by default. So that's why we don't need to operate at that level, because everything we do at the global level and the local level is automatically done at the system level there. So think of the system level as the top of the pyramid, and everything below it as the the base of the pyramid. So the global scope and the local scope are found inside the system scope. So my friend, that is the configuration setting. That, as you can see, the show command, tells you a lot more than using just the list command. As you can see, my name is there. So let us start by removing those one from each of the system, because we are cleaning the system. So we need to remove that right now. We need to see how we can unset and reset those configuration from our system. So how do you do that? That's a good question. Friend, let me show you this screen once again, because I am working according to the plan here. So we have done these two so far. Now we are going to start the actual process for cleaning the repositories. So the first thing that we are going to do, we are going to unset the configuration, the user configuration from our system. Yeah, by using git unset, we're going to unset the name. It's like we're going to remove the name that was set to be identified as the person who has been using this git from this machine, as well as the email. We are also going to take the email out. It's like we are ripping it apart, so that this configuration doesn't come next time whenever anybody tries to do any commit or any to create a repository or do anything. Because once these configurations are not there, the Git will not allow them to do anything. That's why we are clearing, because we want to create a new repository. So let us go there and start doing the resetting of our of our Git. It's very interesting, because we really want to be sure that our system is clean up with no any other garbage inside or inside the system. So my friend, let's do the resetting now. So we want to make this repository to be just like a normal file. We want to get out of here, but we are starting from the configuration, and then we are going to come out to remove git itself from this folder to make it a normal folder. So let's do the git config and set. Yeah, remember to leave the space there. Global, we are unsetting global, and then the mode, that is the global scope, and we have the properties of that global scope, user dot name. So we are taking the user out. Now let us see if the user is there. Remember, previously we had user name as Sam. Is it still there like that? My friend, as you can see, username is gone, but we are left with the email there. So let us run again git config unset global user dot email, and then let us see if the email is there. My friend, you can see the email is not there, but the initialization branch is still there. The core editor, I put Sublime text, but I'm not going to go there to confuse you at the moment. But this is still a repository, and the repository is still connected to our remote origin there. So this Git repository is still connected to our GitHub repository, but we want also to terminate that connection. We want to cut that connection off so that we get left with only the repository, the local repository, and then after we will now remove the Git itself from the folder to get left with the ordinary folder. So at this point, can we see the log? Let's see. Git log. The log is still there. We can see Git status. We can see everything still. But virtually, if we try to commit anything right now, it is not going to allow us because we have already taken out the user who should be doing all this kind of commit. For example, let us test it while we are doing, I like test-driven kind of situation. So let's go to SAM. Let's go to Git tutorial and do some changes on this Java. Let's put a comment there, trying to test, and then let's save it and let's close it down. Let's go back to our, and then see status, Git status. You can see that something has been modified in that sam.java. You can see there that is the mode, the working environment. So we can push it to the staging mode by saying git add, and now we can say git status just to see. Remember, git status is it's a very good command just to check what is going on. You can see now we have this file is there in the staging mode, and then from there let's try to commit git commit message testing. My friend, I'm just trying to do this to prove that once Git repository has been disconfigured, for example, if the person who has been assigned to use the Git repository, if the details have been stripped off, Git will not allow that person or that repository to commit anything. So let's try and see. You can see, my friend, git config global user.name, so please tell me who you are. I have disconfigured the Git and Git doesn't know who I am. So this is just the proof of the concept that I wanted to show you. But let us go ahead and try to clear that commit. So git reset hard. So this will clear that commit. If we run git log, you'll see that the commit is not, we did not even reach there to commit, because the Git did not allow us to actually do anything. That's why it's showing us the previous commit, and it has taken off at the last commit that had been made before we actually tried to do anything previously. So that command is actually doing nothing. This git reset hard is doing nothing actually. So let us continue, because I have cleared the configuration setting on this repo. Let us go to the other GitHub repository that we have cloned on our machine and clear the setting from there as well as the GitHub repository found on this particular folder. So let's go there, some git, and then from here run git config. Let us see the configuration first. Git config dash list. You can see the configuration has been cleared from here as well. So you don't need to go to each and every repository to to do the disk configuration. You just have to do it once, and it cleans everything from all the repositories. You see from here, as you can see, the username. Let us see, where's the username? Everything is cleared. You see, this configuration, this GitHub has been clean as well. Let's try to run list show origin. List show origin. Yes, you cannot see any name there. Can you see any name? There's no name. The configuration has been cleared from here as well. Thank God. So let's go back to our desktop. To go back, you type cd space dot twice, and then we are going back, like we are traversing back from the current directory to the previous one. As you can see, we are sitting now inside the tutorial directory, which is still a repository. That's why you see the master there. We are just clearing the configuration. So let's go to the desktop. So in the desktop here, we have a clone repository that we had cloned previously from the GitHub. So we have a clone GitHub repository sitting on the desktop here, and it's called some git code. So from here you can check the status as well. And now git status. Yeah, git status. Yeah, you can see we are sitting on the branch main, and the branch is up to date with origin main, so nothing to commit. We can check the log as well by using git log. You can see the commit that we had done previously. To shorten that, you can do like git reference log. Then it will give you just a brief overview of what had been committed previously since we last commit. So you see, there's only one commit that we did previously. So to see the short form of all the commits that we have done previously, you use git log. Yeah, git log dash one line. Yeah, you can see everything is now embedded here. So all the commit that you're seeing there, you can use this short form to bring everything. It's much more easier to use git log dash one line, just to shorten the commit with their commit IDs and there. You see, from here, my friend, we can also check the configuration to see if the name and email of the person who had been configured to use this git are still there. So let's see, git config dash list dash show origin. So my friend, you can see the core repository in the global mode, and we can see the git config in the global scope. Remember, this is the scope. I'm not referring to the mode. We are now at the scope level. So this is the global scope, and this one here is the local. The best way to identify whether you are in the global mode or the system mode or the local mode is to use .get. You see this one, .get, and then when you're at the system, at the global mode, you will see .get config, and like one word, you can see .get config. This is the global mode, and this is the user mode. The local, not mode, the scope. This is the local scope, and this is the global scope where we set the configuration for the users and things like that, and initialization of Git, and all these where you see the program thing, the root of the folder up to the program. This is, my friend, is the system scope. So that is how to distinguish the Git scope. Now, what to note from this video is that when you're cleaning the configuration, you just need to do it once from one of the repositories, and then it will clear everything, because that one is something to do with the Git program itself. It's not operating at the repository level. It is operating at the system level, the global level, and the user level, and the local level, which is all about to do with that single Git program. That is why the changes are replicated all over the repositories. So my friend, I'm not going to overwhelm you. Let me stop here. I just want you to take note of what we have done so far. I'm going to stop here. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for your attention. Happy learning.